Hello there, my name is Hocus Pocus and welcome back to the Minecraft Let's Play. This is episode 109 of the series, and if you're with me for the last one, you remember we constructed this mine over at the Oasis village, and we also built up a few farms in the area for the villagers to, of course, have their supply of food come from, and hopefully that will allow them to start breeding, that type of thing, and just keep them generally happy. So, in between episodes, as I said I would, I did go ahead and do a little bit of mining. We just went straight down there, of course, and did one branch. We didn't decide to go on the other side or explore this cave that we've got here, but there are a few bats hanging around in there at the moment. So that'll be interesting for a future segment or exploration episode. Okay, so in the chests, or the barrels I should call them here, we've got our findings. So up here we've got the blocks that we managed to attain. Good nice stack of gravel there, a couple bits of cobblestone, and then a few of these types. In here, all of the precious goods that we managed to achieve from our mining session. So a bunch of coal, bunch of redstone, just over a stack and a half of iron, 29 diamonds, which is nice. Of course, we're not really in need of them, but it's always good to have them nonetheless. 20 gold ore, and finally 39 lapis. Did I put anything in here? No, nothing in there. So that was the total haul from our mining session. Not bad at all for the amount that we did. As you can see, I've been doing a bit of trading as well whilst I've been in the village. So yeah, that's pretty much it between episodes. So let's jump right into the episode. We'll start with something simple to get us going today, you guys. And I think that's going to be just to finish up replacing the sand here with grass, because we're almost done in that regard. As you can see, I've sort of spread it over here a little bit. We spread it around the farm so that we could get that built. We've got this guy as well. I don't know where he came from, but he actually has the correct skin for the biome. Yeah, I don't know where he came from. I was mining, came back up to the surface, and boom, he was there. So yeah, good to meet you, villager. He's got the 22 carrot trade, the 20 wheat trade. Very nice indeed. And then we've got this dude as well. No, not him. I think, is this guy? No. There's a guy I've been trading with. I don't know where he's gone. He should have a villager hat on. It might be this dude here. Let's just check his trades quickly. Because one of them I managed to level up. Okay, here he is. See, he's an apprentice now. We've got 4 trades instead of just the initial 2. And this is the guy that I've been trading my carrots and emeralds with. Just to see how the leveling up affects them in the new update. We got another dude over here which kind of doesn't want to... he doesn't want to join the village and get a job, unfortunately. So he's going to hang around out there. But yeah, things are going okay. So let's begin the process of cleaning this village up. And then I think once we've got all of the grass in place, we'll be able to start thinking about constructing the wall. You know what, guys? The true win of the Oasis Village project isn't the fact that we're going to have a nice functioning village that we can trade with the villagers in. It's not going to be that we've got this nice build away from our base that we can go and visit. The true win of the Oasis build is the sheer amount of sand that we're going to get. Look at this. I mean, we've got this chest here. We've got this in my inventory. We've got some more in here. I don't think any more in here, but you get the point, right? We've got tons of this stuff, and this is a commodity that I find it difficult to come across. Unbelievable. So here it is, you guys, the finished product. As you can see, grass now sprawls across the entirety of Oasis, which is good, and exactly what we wanted to achieve in this segment of the video. So we're done with that, of course, and now we can go ahead and think about building a wall around this thing, because we had a new baby, a couple of new babies actually. One of them turned into a mason when it grew up, and the other one still might be running around. Oh, there he is. Oh, there's 2 more. Okay, so we're getting quite a few babies now, which is good to see. And I think that's how this guy must have came to fruition, because as you can see, these 2 also have the desert skin, which is nice because we do want our villagers to look themed and topical if we can, of course, get that to happen. Now, I saw somewhere around here that we had a desert temple. Let me see if I can find it again, because I want to utilize it. Where did it go? It wasn't too far away. It wasn't too far away at all, and it's sort of combined with a grassy area. So, aha, there it is. And we're going to be using this, and the reason why we're going to be using this is because I need sandstone for the wall, and I'm not too fussed about tearing this thing down, so I think we're going to go ahead and do that. Let me just see which pickaxe we're going to use here. Probably the Silk Touch guy will be the good decision. And as I say, we're going to tear this thing down and use the sandstone for our own advances. And then we'll probably just think about patching up the land around this temple, because it might leave a bit of a dent in the local area. But that's all good. That's all fine. We should be able to get that sorted out. So I'm going to go ahead and tear this thing down. And once we've got ourselves a bunch of sandstone, we'll think about trying to throw together a wall design for Oasis. Just about finishing up here at the temple. And as you can see, it's decimated. It is gone. So that poor temple, I don't know how long it stood for. I don't know who it was created by, but now we've just laid waste to it. And in its wake, stands an empty area. Of course, we still have more sandstone in the area that I can come and dig out, but I think for now we'll be good because we've got a bunch of it already back over at the village and a lot more in my inventory here. So let me quickly just show you the sort of stocks that we managed to achieve from tearing that thing down, and I think it will surprise you, honestly. I think it will surprise you. So let's look in the chest over here. So this is what we managed to get, and I honestly didn't think we'd ever achieve this amount of goods from that temple. So it begins about here and ends about there. So we've got all of these stacks, definitely over about 25 stacks of sandstone. So we should be good to go in that regard. So I'm going to think about throwing a design together for this wall. I'll probably do it off camera because it's going to take me a while, I'd imagine. One thing I do want to see though is how do you create the cut sandstone? So you do it like that. Okay. And you can also create the chiseled. You can create the slabs. Okay, very easy, very nice. The stone cutter is a good addition, very good addition. All right, let's see if we can get this design built, and I'll bring you guys back in, as per usual, to check it out. So, I've been experimenting with a few designs here. We've got this one right here, and on the other side, something a little bit different, this one. But, you know what? I think, ultimately, I prefer this side. However, I don't like having these logs at the top there, so we're going to remove those, I think. So, firstly, we'll get rid of those, and then we want to get back up to the top of the wall. Use a bit of flight to do that nice and easily. And I think we'll just stick with the stairs, how we had them. So like this, and then we had one more here like that. And then there should be one right on the final block at the end here. There we go. And then if I hop down and give you guys a little look, this is what it looks like. Of course, on the other side, we'll have a few lanterns hanging probably every other wall piece. So one here. No lantern there, one lantern here. So if I just quickly demonstrate that to you on the other side, you might understand a bit more easily. So here we go. So we've got a lantern here, no lantern there. And then when we build into this gap here, we'll of course have another lantern. So that's how that's going to work. I think that'll be okay. It should work out fine. So I'm going to keep expanding the wall here. I'm going to take down the sandstone from the top and replace it with the acacia stairs here. I think they look a little bit better. And I think as well, something else we might do is pull out the sand at the bottom. So let's do those two and these two, like so. And then we'll just do something like this maybe at the bottom. And then just strip them. How does that look? Yeah, I quite like that. I quite like that. So I think this is the design we're going to go with. There might be a few more changes to be made. We will see about that. But I'll bring you guys back in once we've made some significant progress with this thing. And hopefully... hopefully we can get this wall wrapping around a good portion of the village in today's episode, because I've got a few plans of what I want to do with this wall. There's one thing in particular that we will be trying to add into it, so maybe have a few guesses at that, and I'll reveal that to you a bit later on, but for now, I'll just be building, so catch you guys in a second. Still working away here, you guys, on the wall, and I'll show you the progress in a second, just as I tidy up this segment here. So just take a couple of sand blocks out to place in the stripped acacia, and the only issue we're facing really is that we're running out of materials rather quickly, but I guess as long as we keep going back to the tree farm and reinstating ourselves, we should be good on that regard. However, it could take some time, so maybe we will have to move on to a separate project in just a second and leave this wall building for some time between episodes, because of course I'm usually running on limited time to get these episodes recorded, and doing something like this isn't always the best use of my time whilst I'm recording, so maybe we'll do something different in just a second. But this is where we're at the moment, and as you can see, we've actually turned a corner, and at the moment all we've got for the corner turn is this concoction. So we might change this up eventually and have some sort of battlement type thing that goes a bit higher than the regular wall to mark where the corners are, maybe expand it out inside by a block or so, just to make some differential in the wall. Hopefully you understand what I'm talking about there, but as you can see, it comes along, wraps around the corner, and then we've got our next piece right here, and then we should be taking a left turn right here, but of course we're gonna have to do the same thing again where we have that corner. So if we go along 5 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pop in the logs, and then we have a 3 gap in the middle, 1 there, and then we should go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like so. Get another acacia log right here, and then just line it up on the corners. And then I guess what I'll do is, similarly, I'll just bring across the 3 wide like this. And then once we get to this position, we can pop in our chiseled with the creeper face on, just for a bit of texture change there. And then we bring it up like this. Expand the acacia log sort of pillars that run up the side of the wall. I don't really know what to call them. They don't really have a name, I guess. Well, they might do. They might do. I'm just not that well versed in my castle terminology, I guess, or castle wall terminology here. So this is how things are working anyway. I'm just sort of showing you the process. So we're building up, go up by 2 blocks with the cut, and then you place a chiseled in the middle, do 2 either side of that, then we're going to need some more cut sandstone, come up another 2 blocks, and there you have it. From this point, of course, you can just bring across the slabs like so, and just continue with the ridges around the top of the wall. So do something like this, and then like that. And yeah, I think all in all, this is starting to look quite cool. So once this wall expands around the entire village, of course, we'll get a better grasp at how things are looking. But I'm sure it's going to turn out okay, because at the moment, I'm really liking the design. And to allude back to the fact that there was something I kind of wanted to do with this wall, I will just give it away to you guys now so that you can know what to expect. What I want to do is I want to leave at least one side open. Maybe build some sort of portcullis type thing, I don't know at the moment, or we might just keep it simple because I'm not sure if I'm skilled enough at the moment to build something like a portcullis, but we will see how things develop. And then I want to have that opening on at least one side of the wall, maybe both sides, and I think what we'll do is on the entrance, of course it'll be kind of a faux entrance because I don't really want the villagers leaving, and I can fly so I can get out of here any way I please. But we will use that entrance as a trap, so whenever we have a raid, we will leave one area open that the raid members can enter through, and we'll just turn it into a killing chamber, I guess, so they drop in, we can kill them, get all of the loot, save the town from the raid, and that way we will get the hero of the village, we'll be able to trade a bit easier with the villagers, and all that good stuff. So I think that'll be a nice implementation for the wall. I'm going to continue building here. I'm just checking out whether the tree farm has grown any trees. It doesn't look like it has, so we might be stalled for progress for just a minute. So let me have a quick look around, think about what we could do rather than sticking to the wall for now, and I'll bring you guys back in so that we can hopefully move on to something else. Fortunately for us, you guys, we had a couple of acacia trees grow not so long after I finished the last clip, so I thought I'd decide to just go ahead and see if I could change up these corner pieces a little bit and see if we could do something slightly different, and this is what I came up with. So yeah, I don't really know what to say. I think it works, right? I think it works. We do have a couple of implementations to make though, so we need to maybe do something like that just to seal that side off. I don't really know how to cap off the ends here because we got this sort of, see how it's disjointed? It doesn't make sense because we have 2 wide gap here, 2 wide gap here. That extra block gives us a 3 wide gap, so we're gonna have to figure out something to do there, but I'm sure that won't be too difficult. We could even go a little bit higher on this corner piece maybe. We'll just see how things go for now though, because obviously we've got another one right there to build up. And I think what we'll do is we'll build that one on the outside of the wall, this one on the inside, and we'll just keep rotating them based on the turn of the wall. So if the wall turns to the outside, we build it on the inside. If the wall turns to the inside, we build it on the outside, that kind of thing. Hope you guys get where I'm going with that, because these thoughts are sort of coming into my brain and I'm trying to portray them to you as easily as possible, as understandably as possible, but maybe not doing a great job there. But I think at this point we might move on from the wall, leave it as it is for now. It is going to be one of those tasks, as I say, that takes a long time to get finished, so off-camera work might be the best work for the wall in terms of getting it finished. I also wanted to mention this, so this is another pit we've got down in the village, and I don't know if you guys can see that right at the bottom there. We got a couple of tracks, so I think there might be an abandoned mine shaft down there, which kind of makes me regretful that we didn't build our mine here. That would have been like the perfect natural entrance to it, but you know, things happen. That's already done, so we don't need to worry too much about it. But I think maybe what's next on the agenda is to try and rebuild one of the houses. See if we can get it looking cool with the materials that we've got available here. And I think I'm just going to theme the village similarly to how I've themed the wall here. So the use of acacia, of course, some sandstone maybe. We'll just see how things go. Try and theme it a little bit differently than it is currently, because it looks kind of weird at the moment. But yeah, as I say, we'll see how things go, and let's get the beginning of one of these houses going and see what we can make of it. So this is the house we're going to be working on. I've already tore some of the flooring out and the bed and such. Oops, that was our food chest as well. Didn't remember that in time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave probably the 4 corner pieces in, and we will base our build on those corner pieces. Try and keep it a similar size to what it already is, because I think, you know, try and keep the village as natural as possible without changing it too much. So as I say, I'm going to tear it down, and then we will build this thing from the ground up using our new textures and try and add a bit more design to it, you know, that kind of thing. Make it look a little bit nicer, a little bit better, and just see what we can do. This is what we're looking like at the moment for the first home renovation. I'm trying to get as much detail in as possible. It might not stay the same. As I always say, there is obviously room for change where it needs to happen. But I think at the moment what we want to do is probably something like this. So we'll pop one of those guys in there, get the shovel and remove the flooring. I think I'll just go with acacia planks for the flooring. Probably makes the most sense, right? Keep it nice and simple. It doesn't have to be too detailed on the inside because, of course, villagers are only going in there to sleep. Let's create ourselves a door as well so that we can have access for the villagers so that they can go inside. There we go. That'll work. Maybe we'll keep this on the inside like so. Again, just adds a little bit of depth to the build. And then I think I put the bed in here. I did. Okay, so I'm going to take the bed back. I'm going to retrieve it. And we're going to go and place this inside of the home. So what we're going to do for the beds is probably have one on this side, one on that side, and then maybe we'll have some sort of block in the middle just to give it a bit more detail. So maybe like a crafting bench with a potted plant on it or something. I don't know just yet. I'm kind of just spitballing ideas there. I think then the next step is to probably go ahead and take this up another level. Do something like that and maybe get another slab in. Here, let's get down and see what that looks like. Unfortunately, we won't be able to place anything inside of there, which is unfortunate, as I say, because maybe another fence post in there would have been cool, but we are kind of limited because it's, of course, a half slab at the bottom, half slab at the top. This open area here doesn't really correspond with any blocks, so we might have to leave it as it is. I've got to work out something for the corners as well, so I will get to that in just a second. But I think so far, so good. We might also branch out here and expand it and just add something on the side of the building as a little bit of a design feature. So I'll bring you guys back in to check that out in just a second. Okay, what do you guys think about this? I quite like it, actually. I don't have too many complaints. Let's get a look at the back as well, just so that you can see the entire build for all of its worth. There we go. And we got this sort of overhang kind of sort of like a shed area, I guess. And I think in here we're going to just pop a few hay bales, maybe something like that will do. Get a couple of those guys in. And then I think what I want to do as well is maybe mix in a bit of gravel and coarse dirt just so that it looks trodden and worn, you know, like we did over at the farms there. So let's see what we've got in terms of those two blocks. Oh, we got 2 coarse dirt. We should have a bit more than that in terms of gravel. There we go. So if we've got some dirt in here, which we do, 1, 2, 3, 4... do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then of course, oops, I did too many gravel blocks there, but you get the picture. Do something like that, and then you want to just come in and maybe do that, maybe do that, get a gravel block in there, and then one more just under here might do the trick. There we go. So something like that, I think looks good, just to mix up the blocks ever so slightly, make it look good. And there is our first house. Of course, we're going to need to provide lighting, and we've got someone sleeping in there already, which is unfortunate because I need to go to sleep. However, I did change my home to the church here because the bed is raised up on top of the ladders now due to my changes that I made. And I figured that it would get stolen less often. Okay guys, we're going to be wrapping up the video very shortly, but I just want to make a couple more changes to the house here because I want to get it as detailed as possible. So I was thinking that maybe we could do something like this. On the front, maybe not actually. I think there's too much going on there, but possibly on the back it'll work if we put a few of these in. How's that? I just want to get these as detailed as possible, right? Because they're so small. I don't want them to look plain and square and blocky, which it kind of does a little bit at the moment, but there are things we can do to change that, so don't worry. Yeah, I quite like it on the back, actually. Let me go back around there and take another look. Yeah, it's not so bad on the back, right? It kind of fits in okay without too much going on. So we'll leave those. Of course, we've got the little side hatch here with the hay bales in, which looks kind of cool. Inside, however, we want to make one more addition, which is some lighting. So let me just build up like this, and we're going to need one more slab somewhere from over here, maybe. Okay, that one will do. And I think what we'll do is we'll just take out these guys, leave that one in the middle, pop a lantern on. Is that... actually, I don't like that. That's too low down for me, I think. So maybe something different, maybe something like... that will work. How does that work, by the way? Can lanterns hang off of half slabs? Hang on. I need to test this out. I need to test this out before we end the video because I think I might have just discovered something that I didn't know. So let's take a lantern and, of course, a slab. So if we put the slab there and hang the lantern there, it goes to the floor. So how is that working in there? Because that should be a half slab, right? That should be... Oh, no, no, no. I see why it's working, because it's actually the bottom of a block. Okay, I got confused for a second there. Apologies for that, you guys. I just wanted to test it out, however. But I think that works, right? We've got the lantern at the top. We need another bed just in there once I've wrangled some sheep. I think all in all, though, not a bad start to village upgrades, that type of thing. And I think this house looks a little bit more in theme and a bit more attractive than what we had there beforehand. So definitely improvement in my opinion. Alright, you guys, so that is going to be it for episode 109. I do hope that you enjoyed what you saw today. I think we've made some quite decent progress around the village, right? We've got some sort of building style going on over there. Our wall, of course, is starting to make headroom now, and I think there's actually something I want to do to change that up. So maybe I'll do that off camera as well. It's to do with the stairs that we've used on top of the wall. I think I might change those up for blocks and half slabs instead. It might look a bit cleaner. So that's something, as I said, that we might do off camera. Of course, if you did enjoy today's video, then please be sure to drop a like. That'd be much appreciated by myself. If you have any questions, suggestions, comments, feedback, anything like that, anything you want to say in general, just pop it down in the comment section below and I'll be sure to get back to you on that. And finally, if you are new around here and haven't subscribed yet, then be sure to hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned to this series and anything else that I decide to upload to the channel. So once again, you guys, thank you very much for taking precious time out of your day to come and watch my video. I'm very grateful to have you here. The support is always amazing. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. I've been Hocus Pocus. This is the end of the episode, of course, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.